Hello and welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless True Love Timeline reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, they're my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in process. First one is called Spell Ingredients, second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available, and if you click the link in the description box, you can preview it for free. Good chunk of the first part of it, including the table of contents, you will see it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. This is a very chakra-dense reading. You might find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, not the Kindle version, is available on patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our digital shop, as well as the only place to find spell ingredients at the time of this timeless recording. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos in the digital shop automatically as part of their subscription service package deal, whatever you want to call it, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. A daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream like pretty much every single morning. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way. And boy, is it the best way for me to start the day considering what I do for a living. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based, like the Path of True Love readings with extendeds, and most of the extendeds are over an hour. If you like detail, you get them. I am, after all, a Virgo. I do like detail. As well as they get a significant discount when they book me for private sessions, spiritual counseling, and readings. It's my favorite thing to do, the one-on-one stuff. I've been doing that the majority of my career. So yeah, if you find yourself interested, you can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Anyone can shop in the digital shop. It's just the coolest thing ever. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal. Hey, my aqualungs, my aquariums. I have a lot of Aquarians in my life, and I adore pretty much all of them. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, whatever. So let's do some explanation for the new Aquarians and the cross watchers, and we'll jump into the divination, although the intention has shifted a little bit for this series, considering what's going on planet Earth at the time of this timeless recording. Feel free to jump ahead, though, if you've heard it all before. So, welcome, beloved Aquarians and cross watchers. Welcome to my channel. The Path of True Love is your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awakening process, whatever you want to call it, through all of the relationships currently in your life. So what we're going to do here is a simple timeline reading, past, present, and future, using 8 cards. So, for example, we're going to look at some chakras. We're going to look at the heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, the internal stuff behind your eyes that you maybe don't share with the public, or personally, maybe you do. We'll get 3 of these face down, past, present, and future. We will then get the lower 3 chakras with the mythic tarot for the masculine yang dynamic. You looking at yourself from the outside in, you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things in which you have relationships in the physical world, root, sacrum, and solar plexus. We'll do those past, present, and future, all face down. Then we'll look at past, present, then future, and then we will get a Whisper of Love from the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo, which I simply adore, consecrated to the voices of the higher selves of all involved, not just the Aquarians and the Crosswatchers, but anybody else who might be involved. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, and I'll say it again. Air signs have a real edge with mantras and chanting and toning, all of that verbal air stuff, and this is about healing. And my guides have been explicitly clear about one thing over the past month or so, that yes, everybody has a true love match, the romantic sexual contract, but they don't always incarnate at the same time as we do. Some of them stay on the other side, calling us forward. But the way I have come to cope with that, because that was a little disappointing at the possibility that the path of true love is not leading me straight to him. I am gay. Check your gaydar if you could not tell. But I look at it this way. We're going to meet up eventually. They're on the other side. And if he's already incarnate, there's no way we can miss each other because we contracted to do it that way or not. So a healing mantra will be very helpful. So there is our explanation. Let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor. If you can, stay grounded. Air signs. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise I will do everything within my power to help anyone navigate the golden true love timeline, right? Taking all the people we love with us, if they are willing to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to embody the true love that conquers all, the true love that heals all wounds, and the true love that breaks all curses, societal, past life, ancestral, and otherwise. There's our explanation. The shift to divination happens in the still point. So breathe along with me, if you will. And let's get some cards on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses, please override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please. 3 cards in clarity, face down, heart, third eye, crown. Dynamic for the Aquarians and their cross watchers. Where have they been? Ooh, was that you? There you are. Where have they been on the path of true love? Where are they now? On the path of true love, point of power is always in the present moment, according to Louise Hay, and I believe her, bless her soul. And where are they headed? If they just do their best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions, true love choices in their relationships, if they just do their best, where are they headed in the true love timeline? Great. Let's get the lower 3 chakras on the table, and then we will flip them past, then present, then future. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm the fun one. Still point. My gods, please override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods. 3 cards in clarity, face down, past, present, future, simple timeline for the Aquarians and their cross-watchers navigating the true love timeline. Where have they been? Lower 3 chakras. Where are they now? Point of power is always in the present moment. And where are they headed if they just do their best to be the true love that they are, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions for this timeless true love timeline? Read. Remember, these are general, and there's a whole crap ton of these available on my channel, so, you do you. Let's see where you've been. Well, we're starting with the element of air here. 6 of blades on the inner. Now, the word written on the card here is manipulation, which is not always a fun word, but it is a neutral word, right? Have a headache, you take an aspirin, you just manipulated yourself, right? You see something horrendous on the news, you say a prayer, you just manipulated. So, 6 of blades is 6 of swords, a journey from choppy water to smooth. In the Rider Waite there, definitely a card of spin. It depends on how you want to interpret it. Regarding a choice that you made in the past here with the 2 of Pentacles, a choice between 2 options. Minor arcana for me are things we go through, so to speak, right? They're not permanent. They're just kind of things on the hero's journey, the healing journey, all of that in the path of true love. So whatever your choice was here in the past in your relationships, and mind you, my guides are also wicked clear. Everybody wants their true love match, but every relationship in our lives in the present moment are helping us to get there, and it ain't much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, vampires, and villains. So whatever your choice was here, it was definitely considered. It was definitely third eye, element of air, fixed air, Aquarius, but kind of seeing it. Well, what about this? And what about this? And maybe there was prayer or spell work or psychology or healing or something there that helped you make, I would say, a balanced choice. 2 of Pentacles, usually the juggler. I don't really want to do this, but it's something in the physical world. Where are you now? Oh, Major Arcana and a court card. All right. So the Major Arcana, when it's a Major Arcana card in a chakra read of this nature, Major Arcana usually says all of the chakras in that zone are working in unison. And you got the card of oppression. Now, this is a goddess deck, so it doesn't use the card of the devil and a lot of patriarchal imagery. So it splits it into the Coyote Woman and oppression. So this is a woman buried under rocks while the village is burning down, right? And the rocks actually have faces on them. So this, as the devil card, if you want to look at it that way, that there is an oppression here. This can indicate shadow work, facing your fears, embracing your shadow, all that kind of stuff. But it can also be the chains of pain, right? Abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss are the 4 ego wounds that everybody has to deal with. And if you didn't, I don't know what kind of contract you have, but here in New York, everybody's got pretty much wounds passed down societally and through the DNA and, you know, genetic ancestry. Just living in this world is tricky. But you got the Knight of Pentacles here. Now, this is the Virgo card. I am a Virgo, and I have lots of relationships with Aquarians, as I said. However, the way that I read, because these are general reads, doesn't mean the person is necessarily a Virgo sun sign. Everybody knows their sun sign, but do they know their rising, their moon, and their Venus? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. So this could be you looking from the outside in. If you have any planets in Virgo, go have a look-see-dooksy. Even if you don't, see what house it is in if you know your rising sign. But of course, this could be somebody else. Now, all of the knights move at different speeds. It's not that the Knight of Pentacles isn't moving, but it is walk, right? There's walk, there's trot, there's canter, and there's gallop. Earth, water, fire, and air, right? The mutable signs. So if we look at Virgo, because I am a Virgo, I'm rather well researched on the subject, 4 planets in Virgo, 2nd house because I'm Leo rising. The 6th house, regardless of any planetary placements, is about health and occupation, right? So your health depends on what you're occupied with physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and what you're focused on physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually is often dependent upon your health. So it is definitely a slow and steady wins the race. In the background here, we've got beehives. Now, beehives are not created instantly, and one honeybee creates about a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime, right? Going from flower to flower, pollen and nectar and all of that, and turns it into something serviceable. I only use raw organic honey and turbinado sugar in my coffee because it is so full of nutrients and so healing, and a little bit better than, you know, sucrose 24/7, 365. So I will say there is a healing process in play here if this is you from the outside looking in, regardless of Virgo placements there, but it is slow and steady wins the race. Now, think about being weighed down with what they call psychic weight, right? Particularly if you're an empath, picking up other people's stuff, taking it personally, right? Locks into your DNA, locks into your cell tissue. So this could absolutely be a change for you, mutable earth, changeable earth like sand, right? Like you can be really at peace, and then one little grain of sand gets in there as an irritant. So, where are you in chains of pain? Who isn't in some way, shape, or form? But here's what my guides are also wicked clear about. They're like, this was all written into the script before you incarnated into this life. It's all planned, right? Go watch some near-death experience videos here on YouTube. They all essentially say the same thing, because what sends them back? It's like you didn't fulfill your contract. Go back, right? Or you have to start over as a baby. I'll pass on that one. I guess that's why I'm still alive. I'm very devoted to my gods and my guides and my contract. So, let's say you make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions. Oh, gorgeous. It brings you to the 9 of Pentacles. To me, the 9 of Pentacles is the I'm good card, right? Not at the 10, but like, no, I'm good. Earth element on the inside is not about your biological organs, just because they're literally behind your eyes, but it is about the wisdom that you have gained, right? As a result of doing perhaps the shadow work or unburdening yourself, liberating rather than being oppressed. And with the Magician, I think, well, you know, this is your other major arcana card. This is Hermes as the god of messengers and travelers and stuff like that. Good old Hermes, Hermes Mercury Leguathoth. You have everything that you need here. Now, major arcana for me are symbolic archetypal places we are in our lives. So you might be in a tricky place right now, feeling a bit oppressed. Just a place, right? You'll go through it. You will move through it, bringing you a much deeper wisdom. This to me is like the self-esteem card. Now, self-esteem is a verb, not a noun. So this is like, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I may not be at the 10, but I can get there on the inside in terms of wisdom. And then doing the John Travolta Saturday Night Live, as above, so below there, bringing that wisdom into physical form, or perhaps being in a place in your life where you will be able to act on that. Really, the Magician is the first card in the major arcana. The Fool is the 0 card, has no numeric. It's the place between the worlds. This could be initiating something in a relationship. This feels good. Okay, oppression is a womp womp card. I get it. But there's something there in the past about the choice that you made that set you up for this. That doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. It just means that here's the new boss on the level that you have to beat if you want to, what, level up. And it feels like there is a leveling up here, but one that will definitely take not just action, but spiritual action, bringing together air, fire, water, and earth with spirit, right? Really taking something from the 8th chakra, that divine inspiration, and bringing it down into manifestation. That's just lovely. Let's see what the higher selves have to say. Now, this is the higher selves of all involved, not just the Aquarians and the Cross-Watchers. Please take a nice deep breath. I love this deck. And there are romance cards. Let's see. Higher selves override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Aquarians and their cross-watchers to navigate the golden true love timeline, making the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest, loving, empowering decisions possible for this timeless true love timeline read. Union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. Now, does that rubber stamp this as a romantic reading? No, right? Because that could be a family member, that could be a friend, and it doesn't make sense. I know how much you air signs just love to have reasons for everything, but reason is a human adventure. The divine trucks in purpose, not reason. So if it doesn't make sense, if it defies explanation, why am I attracted to you? Why am I dealing with this? Get that it is a union of hearts, and most likely a reincarnational vibarino there as well. So what does it mean? We're all one heart, right? Everybody's Bob Marley until somebody pisses in their Cheerios, right? That is unity. That is truth. All hearts are one heart. It's just how it is, right? Quantum unity, blah, blah, blah. So, this is your thing. Just get that. This is not supposed to make sense. What if the hero on a hero's journey, like pick it, superhero, Greek myth, Norse myth, whatever, any hero's journey, Star Wars, if they know how it ends already? Right? It's like, no, it's not supposed to make sense. And by the way, when has the love ever been logic? Logic is up here. This is feeling. I know, air sign's tricky. Trust me, I'm a Virgo, I get it. And that's why Aquarians like me. That's why we have a lot of fun when we do date. Due date. Let's get our last card down. This deck has been consecrated heavily to the Ascended Masters, and the Ascended Masters have already played this game, right? So they won the game. They beat the last boss on the level, and they're helping from the other side. So they want us all to be the true love that we are, so that we anchor it into the Earth's electromagnetic field, helping Gaia become permanently peaceful, people-populated paradise, planet Earth, and it's all through the relationships we already have. shall we? Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. There's hope. Still point. Ascended Masters, please override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Ooh, put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity, the perfect and precise healing mantra for the Aquarians and their cross-watchers to help them navigate the golden true love timeline, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions for this timeless true love timeline read. Who'd you get? Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. It is the last card in the Matt Kahn healing mantra. And what that does is takes you in this place of oppression and go, oh, this isn't a problem. This is moving me towards my destiny. Let's talk spiritual alchemy for a second. So lead, the element of lead and the element of gold, there are 3 atoms in between. In other words, lead is 3 atoms heavier than gold. So, you know, we all incarnate with this stuff written in, right? Cellular memories, ancestral memories, past life stuff, whatever, in our contracts. And when we see it as, oh no, I've done something wrong, it's not correct. It's destiny. It's not a problem, right? Even Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. He said only the ego sees it as a problem. The soul sees it as a situation, right? I highly recommend Eckhart Tolle's work in general, particularly for air signs, right? Like big time. And he was suicidal at one point, and his revelation of the power of now literally has kept him on the planet to this day at this time of this timeless recording. May he live forever until he wants to be done. You know, we all have our time. So I'm going to read you from the bookie book. It's the only bookie book in this reading. Welcoming surrender. There is no problem. Only destiny being revealed. And lead is fate, the stuff you can't change. Destiny is the gold. If you just do your best, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions, in this case, in your relationship. So, when surrender is welcomed, surrender Dorothy, you are open to viewing life as the playground of the soul's evolution, not necessarily the ego's playground of getting everything at once 24/7, 365, because ain't nobody getting that. You're no longer worrying about what to do or where to go. Instead, you are following the gentle, peaceful flow of inner guidance. In surrender, every personal conflict is handed over to Source so as not to distract from the prime objective of evolving our consciousness with the utmost sincerity, love, and compassion for all. So let's put that in context. All right, I don't know what's going on. I surrender this to the divine. I surrender my will to the divine. I told a good friend of mine a couple of nights ago, I surrender my will to the divine alone. Everybody else can go pound sand, right? Virgo, I'm like, oh no, Virgo power, cross your legs. I will surrender that way, and then I will play the game to the best of my ability, because you toss it up and then they say, try this. It's that simple. It's just that easy. This mantra is ideal for eliminating resistance, dealing with anger. Okay, I'm not seeing like any, well, maybe with that oppression and all them flames, that could be anger. And easing an overthinking mind. Gee, for an Aquarian, trust me, I'm a Virgo, I can relate. So, if you are new to my channel, we put this all together in what is called a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. Combination of a blessing and summation, and though I have no idea what's going to happen the moment I hit record on the digital camera here, I really have no idea what's going to happen when I do the blessimation, because here we go, it is a total surrender to the divine to bring through the guidance, the grace, the blah, blah, blah. Shall we? One last time, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. It's my favorite part. Still point. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in the true love timeline, because there was some thinking going on here, and maybe a shift of perspective, seeing things differently, taking an internal journey from choppy waters to smooth in terms of a choice that they did bring into balance, one would think, because they're going from the Two of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles where they are right now, but perhaps feeling a bit oppressed, a bit enchained. Now, we have the wounds of neglect and loss and abuse, but codependency are definitely chains that bind in relationships in particular. And I don't know anybody who hasn't had to deal with codependence, but there is a healing here. There is a slow and steady wins the race here. There is a healing, and they are perhaps occupied as a result of that, or maybe someone with a Virgo vibe comes in and helps them as a healer to do that. That could be me for some of you if we know each other already. And certainly leading them to a deeper wisdom. Malama, a Polynesian, I believe Polynesian, like Hawaii, that whole Pacific area there of great abundance, because out of volcanoes comes volcanic ash, one of the most mineral-rich things on the planet. So a real good, no, I'm good, I'm fertile, I'm fine. As they do the magician, taking their highest vibe and anchoring it into the physical world, having everything that they need, but perhaps at a crossroads of what they want to do and how they want to do it in a situation that does not make sense. In a relationship, a union of hearts, a connection that defies explanation. So don't even bother. Surrender, Dorothy, as they welcome surrender, because there is no problem. Only destiny being revealed. And considering that our higher selves experience all of our lives simultaneously, perhaps check in with the big HS. So may they be blessed with all that they need to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in their relationships, no matter what form this one may take. That they may experience the true love that heals all wounds, the true love that conquers all, and the true love that breaks all curses, ancestral, societal, reincarnational, and otherwise, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So to be. And so it is. And what's that going to do for the ecology? It's going to do a lot, right? Moving to that golden timeline where we experience the unity of all that is, that we still appear separate in the illusion of separation, right? More kindness, more compassion, more humanitarian, egalitarian, all of these things are Aquarian vibes. So whether it's through social justice, it doesn't matter. As one of us shifts into the golden true love timeline, we take everybody with us unless they really choose otherwise, and that's their free will, right? So what a good reading. I really hope you liked it. And if you did like it, hit the thumbs up. Changes the algorithm, helps other people find my work in the video, and that's a good thing for me, and I hope it for you too. If you want more of me here, do subscribe, and I do like a good comment section. You know, people don't usually give womp womps in my comment section. I do my best, and if you can't tell that, what you doing? And certainly if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more mal, do come Patreon. On Patreon, you Aquariums are pretty much the freaks of the zodiac, and I really know how to have a good time. You can be one of my subscribers. If you are, you get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and an extensive discount. We'll talk about that in a minute. You can follow for free. You can shop in the store. You can even 7-day free trial if you like. There's so many options over there. And, you know, you get my ebooks if you want, right? Depending on level of subscription, you get it automatically, or you can just purchase and watch them all on Patreon. We got audios and videos there. All of them have free previews, and it doesn't cost a cent to go watch the free previews, and more stuff's coming for the new book. So yeah, come Patreon on Patreon. I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. And I don't take myself too seriously. That's how you end up being a cult leader. No, not my vibe. I was a high priest of one of the largest covens on Long Island for over 20 years. No, I'm done with that. Never again the coven times. Thank you very much. I am glad to serve in this way that I do. And if you would like to book me for a private session with or without the Patreon, I did a video at the 25th anniversary of Drawing the Circle Productions, my company. It published May 1st, 2023. We are now, at the time of this recording, in April 2024, and I'm no longer living on Long Island when I made that video, so I gotta make a new one. But, booking private sessions with Mal is there. It explains everything you really need to know, except I do have to make a new one. For example, I am doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street, Phila. You call them directly. You don't even have to ask me. You call them, they book a time, they tell me that you booked it, and I show up, I read it, and then I come home unless it's a fully packed day, which will happen here, there, and everywhere. But it does explain the Patreon discount, what I charge, why I charge it. And yes, I now have an office downstairs in my new home in Saratoga Springs where I am taking clients, but I gotta get to know a person. I got a new kitten in the house, right? So, you can see him in the thumbnail for this video. My little Sammy with his brothers, Balthazar and Melchior, they're all getting along really well. I love that so much. But the majority of the work that I do with readings and spiritual counseling is on a video call. And I do that usually with a Zoom recording. In other words, we book the session, and right before the session, I send the client my Zoom link. They come onto my Zoom, we record the whole thing so they don't have to memorize anything, they don't have to take notes. It is a conversation. We're talking back and forth as the cards hit the table. At the end of the video, I send them a link so they can download the entire reading to their device. They tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it on my end. Because confidentiality is key to this kind of work, right? That's ethics, that's principles, right? That's just how I roll. I am a Virgo power across your legs, and it's really important for me to do that, to keep that the way, keep it secret, keep it safe. And the most important thing I say on that reading is I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money or finances. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I am a witch, so there is a way. And we can work it out, but also live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. We have the conversation, and even if the deal is pay it forward to someone else when you can, then that's how we roll with that. Why? Because I'm ethical. Because I made lots of mistakes and I've learned from them, and I would like to not have to reincarnate for that. Yeah, so watch the video. It makes my mom laugh. We'll keep it up forever even when I make the new one, because making my mom laugh is one of my favorite things in life. So, thank you so much for watching. I love this reading for you, but if you're trying to look for an explanation of why you feel the way you feel in this, particularly if you're feeling oppressed, it's just a place that you are moving through. You will eventually move through it at the speed that you choose, but I suggest slow and steady wins the race, because being able to incarnate into physical form, this Nine of Pentacles, is just going to be good. Just feels really, really good. So welcome surrender. Otherwise, fight against it. Good luck with that. A lot of Aquarians would rather fight against it in my experience, but that's why I love you all. And I do love you all. So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed when navigating your relationships in the golden true love timeline. I believe in you. I love you all so very, very much. You Uranian geniuses, you hang in there. You got this. I believe in you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.